and welcome back. Today I have a really good one. I want to share my experiences as to why you should travel. And you know what? I'm going to give you 10 reasons why. These are the top 10 reasons I believe are the reasons why you should travel. Now, before I really dive into it, make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up, and leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys think about this. Are these the top 10 any good? Is there any reason that I'm missing? So reason number one, experiences has an expiration date. For example, when you are a kid and you are taken to, for my sake, Yosemite in California, I've been able to experience certain things that I wouldn't be able to experience when I was older. Now, I remember going to Bass Lake, and this lake was full of water, full of life, and just amazing. Now, as being in my 40s, going to the exact same place, the lake is not as full as it was. It's actually very sad how it's drying up, and I actually went right after the winter time, so everything should be full of water. And yet, however, this lake, there was parts of it that was kind of empty, so it was sad. Also, going into like Yosemite, you're going to experience things at different times of your life. So when you're in your 20s, for example, you're going to be able to hike things and do things a lot easier. As you get into your 40s, you might still be able to hike, but you won't be as limber, I guess, as from when you were younger. And of course, trying to do that at 100 years old might be a lot harder. Now, reason number two, it helps escape from the routine. Being stuck at work or being stuck at doing something over and over and over sometimes can get pretty stressful. And getting to that point where, you know what, I need to break this routine, and it could be something local. You can go somewhere, like for me being in LA, there's a million things to do that is less than an hour drive away, or maybe even an hour or two away from where I live. And you could do so many things, as seeing a waterfall, going to the beach, going up to the mountains, seeing a forest, going to a swamp, going to a lake. There's a lot of different experiences that you can get just in your own backyard. Reason number three, and this one I actually love. Travel is a more advanced form of education. You spend your first 20 years of life, and 13 of those, from the ages of 5 to about 18, you're in school. But for the first 20 years, you're constantly learning. You're going, you're in elementary school, you're in junior high, you're in high school, and even if you go into college, you're constantly being reminded of history or English, grammar, math, science, so many things. And the one thing that people always say that they don't care for is history. And going out there to explore, it connects things that you've actually read in books or seen in movies into real life situations. Something as simple as The Lord of the Rings, where they filmed it in, somewhere in Europe, or going to New Zealand, and they filmed all kinds of stuff there. Castaway with Tom Hanks, going to Fiji and going to the islands. There's so many things that you could experience even from a non-educational stance, just from something from a movie. And then when you get there, that you're just like, I don't remember ever studying anything about New Zealand. Then now all of a sudden you're in this whole new environment that you might have not studied in school, and now you're learning new things. Keeping your mind fresh and going sometimes is something that is very, very healthy. And also, most of the time people don't even know that you're constantly learning. Even though if you're visiting somewhere new that you've never been before, the history and the things that you can do and see can be very, very incredible. Reason number four, meet new people and hear their stories. I was actually in Japan about a decade ago, and talking to a couple about their culture and their experiences. One thing that I actually found very interesting was when I was in Japan, I was talking to a couple from Japan and also a couple from Australia. And the couple from Australia was talking about how they are given a month of time off from work. And I think it's like a standard that they do, where here in the States, you're lucky to get 2 weeks. And most of the time it's frowned upon if you take it 2 weeks in one shot. So in Japan, it's hearing some of the stories of their culture and what they've been through, and some of their visits to, like, for example, coming to California. It's pretty cool that you like what you get to learn from them. Reason number 5, it increases your problem solving skills. Now, I do remember when I went to Hong Kong and I was looking at their train system, and same with China and Japan. And, here in the States, you got places like New York that has a very intense subway. But when you look at how to travel and how to get from point A to point B, you'll be very surprised how simple some of these systems are. And in Hong Kong, when I literally got off and I had no reservations of get picked up from a taxi, and I was gonna figure out how to get from the airport to the hotel. And after doing just a simple Google search, those problem solving skills where you just don't have a schedule and just figuring it out as it goes, it could be a little bit nerve-wracking, but it was a lot of fun and it was amazing. Now, reason number 6, the food. Food is amazing. And I gotta say, when I went to Fiji, one of the things that I would never thought I would experience, it's called a kava ceremony. And it was actually in a tribe. Like, I took a cruise. We took a cruise where they picked you up from a port. You went all the different islands, and one of the last stops was they take you to an island where the people don't get off their island. They just stay there. They live there all their lives. So it's one of these tribes that are just it's very raw. And being part of that kava ceremony, which kava is a drink that could make you drunk if you drink enough of it, and you don't need that much either. Just those experiences has been amazing. Trying like authentic Indian food, authentic Chinese food, like from the actual countries, has just been an experience that you can't really put a dollar sign to. Now, appreciate what you have. This is number 7. Number 7 is appreciate what you have. One of the things it really like makes me think about people's mentality is when people normally say back to reality after they go on this really nice vacation. Let's just say Hawaii, Fiji, they're going to Cancun, they're going to somewhere exotic or somewhere tropical or wherever it is that you're just like, I just had the most amazing time. The saying always is, well, back to reality. And it shouldn't be like that, because every time you do that, you're putting yourself back in that state of why you wanted to go on vacation. And appreciate what you do have, because most of the time when people do come back from vacation and they say, oh yeah, I'm back to reality, back to work, back to this, back to that, the one thing everybody says within the same sentence or two is, there's no place like my own bed. There's no place like going to my own refrigerator or going to my own TV or my own stuff, and everything is here. Your routine stuff that you wanted to break from, you downplay yourself. So having that appreciation of what you have, don't downplay yourself with coming back to reality. You're just going back home. That's all it is, going back to what your comfort is. And you don't want to stress yourself right back up, which brings me to reason number 8, de-stress yourself. When you're going out and you want to de-stress yourself and then you're coming back home to stress yourself again, that defeats the whole purpose of taking a vacation. You don't want to take a vacation to be like, oh my gosh, I have to do all this work when I come back. Appreciation of what you have will go a long way. Now, when you do de-stress yourself, when you do detach from your work, when you do detach from your regular routine, going on a cruise, for example, there is so many things that I can say about doing a cruise, where you have your own room, you could have drinks, and you could just be there and get entertained, get fed all day. It makes certain stops within different ports, and you could experience different foods, different cultures, different natures, like so many things. It's incredible of what you can do on cruise and just on any type of vacation trips. Now, reason number 9 is making new memories. I cannot tell you how many times I've been to Disneyland or Yosemite or Colorado, but every time it's a new experience. It's never the same thing. Even if you're going to visit family, always a brand new experience. There's so many times I could say that I've been to, for example, Colorado to visit family, and first time being in like stuck in snow where there's so much snow everywhere and you're just like, whoa, this is crazy. And at the flip side, coming there and it's warm and we're hiking and we're running some Spartan races and running trails, and then next time going out and then you're stuck in a storm going to the Stanley Hotel, and getting Stanley Hotel is another great place to check out, where they have the Shining from Stephen King's book in the movie. Some great things to do, and you're constantly making new memories every single time you travel. Now, reason number 10 is the most important reason I could give anybody. Reason number 10 is better investment than material things. Memories that is once in a lifetime. You cannot, it's really hard to duplicate something. Even if you're like, hey, remember that trip that we took to Hawaii? Remember that trip that we took to Fiji? Remember that trip that we took to fill in the blank? If you're saying, let's do the same cruise, let's do this same boat ride, let's do the same zip lining, you can never duplicate it to how it was before the first original time. So invest in yourself, invest in those vacation trips, because it is a once in a lifetime thing. If you have kids, it's going to be one of those things where, again, it goes back to reason number 1. They start to get independent. There's so many things that happens as a child ages, and where you can no longer take them places because they don't even want to be around you. So invest in those times, because the older they get, then they're going to be the ones taking care of you, taking you to places. And you might get to a certain point of life where you might not even be able to travel anymore. So take advantage of that and invest in yourself. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I wanted to show you guys here. I know it was a little bit of a motivational video, so that way you guys could see everything that you guys can do. And trust me, everything that I've been able to see and do in my lifetime has been amazing so far, and I'm excited for what's coming next. I don't know what's coming next, but I'm excited for the future and excited to plan the next trip. With all that being said, hope you guys appreciated that one. Make sure you guys do leave me a comment below if you do appreciate this video. Also hit that thumbs up, and yeah, you guys take care of each other, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, guys.